Oh.
Hello.
Oh. Oh, oh, oh. 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 Oh, 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 oh. Oh. Hello.
Hello.
Ah, interesting. People from this planet can speak. Ah, that's a great relief. I am Captain Grok from the planet Skrak. I have come a very long way. Yes, I have. In my flying saucer, which I have mislaid somewhere. If you can help me sometime, it has been disguised to look like a cardboard box, which you have many of on your planet. Anyway, I am here to describe myself. Here I am, I'm green, and I'm from another planet, so there we are. So he's a club puppet, and he's obviously worked on my hand, and this particular one, 2 fingers in the head, 2 fingers in the one hand, and the thumb. So it's a bit like the Spock, live long and prosper. And I would argue that Vulcans are actually puppeteers, because puppets have been stolen. And so some puppets, smaller puppets, you'll see people when they do pretend to be puppeteers with it, and they'll do that. Well, basically, it's a smaller puppet. 2 fingers give you stronger hands for heavier, bigger puppets, and also a bit more control, I feel, because you can actually twist it. And so basically, yeah. Here's one. I just curl up the hands. He's cross hands now, because it's much easier than. There's a common mistake amongst very inexperienced puppeteers that when you're just starting with children with puppets, they'll do that. And it just looks unnatural because we don't walk about like that all the time. So it's a cross, and that makes it easier then to say, over there. Me, I'm from over there, but I'm over here. You can point, and then you can clap, of course. It's basically that moment. And of course, my fingers, I can bend to become his head, neck. And if you, on my elbows, you can do that. By the way, if you want to try it out, the correct height is just above your head. Not like that, not like that. It's about there, where you have control over your shoulders. And it doesn't, if you do it like that, it'll start hurting straight away. If you do it like that, there's a certain bounce there, and all the weight is supported by the small of your back. Then you get a backache. Swings and roundabouts. And I'll keep him on here if I can see him. So it's basically that now. So I can have lots of movements. I mean, Chinese puppeteers go through extremely painful daily routines where they make their fingers extremely subtle and strong. And I'd love to do it, but I'm too lazy. But you can do all kinds of all those movements. And so the rest is down to making movements that make people believe that he's actually alive. That comes partially through the fact that he has a face and humanoid features, although he could be a brick again. But again, the face is always very similar to the mask that we see. In an angry face, we think he's an evil person, and a big eyes is friendly, and all those kind of details that certainly we accept who he is, my character, just by being there. But the rest is down to movements, even breathing. Puppets always breathe, because if he's not breathing, he's dead. I was stiff.
He became incredibly animated when he became self-conscious and he looked at himself. Is that in green? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really...
I like looking at myself. So yeah, so it's just basically that, and
He's seeking feedback from you after saying that. like, did I say this well?
I hate it when people talk about me in my presence. I mean, everything you see is what you recognise from human behaviour. So it'd be interesting to, if there are people who can't recognise those signals, they'll see a puppet in a completely different view. Because we know that, everybody knows that in physical language, that is yes and that is no, except for some cultures where that is no and that is yes. But they still recognise it as something that's quite human. And then they accept that if he's doing human things, he must be humanoid himself.
And haven't there been puppets in almost every culture
Yes.
in the world? Yes.
It's remarkable. There must be some kind of need.
Yeah.
I'll put that down for grant application.
Fulfilling the.
And it's all faking. It is conning people to believe, and it's a two-way. I have to believe that he's real. Otherwise, it'd be very disingenuous. And hello, I'm me. Yeah, whatever. So I have to believe in him, and I have to be him too. But it's you accepting them. It's your imagination now being inspired, and then we have certain movements like, of course, hello, thank you, and of course you can look down and look around, and you can look. Although I have no legs, I can indeed walk. Look, are you watching?
Yeah.
Good. No, that's a temporary stage, of course. I have no legs visibly, but of course in your imagination I might have 10, 12, 15, 30, 45 legs, or just 2, as I indeed have. And of course I can run. I can run very quickly. With a little homage to cartoon world. Notice the very slight lean to in preparatory. I can walk downstairs. I can walk upstairs. Notice the sound effect. I can also run downstairs. And I can fall downstairs. Ah! So it's all done with, your imagination and mine. So that's a glove puppet. When I'm telling children about all the different types of puppets. Yeah?
Yes.
How about some ice skating? Holiday on ice. But I tell children this as well, that just like a musical instrument, I always compare using a puppet as a musical instrument because you're emoting through something else. There is no such thing as a puppet that's better than another puppet. I mean, there's a certain type of puppets. There's glove puppets aren't necessarily better than a marionette or a dog puppet. Welsh for lapdog, by the way. It's Cirech. Who knows? And there's the German for it. There's a similar word. And Cirech is a fat dog. So all these ladies with the little lapdogs. Oh, naughty dog! All these guilt-looking dogs, and it's not me. So yeah, but they have different strengths. Just a guitar can play some things better than a piano can or whatever. It's that kind of illusion. One thing glove puppets can do is they can pick things up, and that's how Punch and Judy can kick hell out to each other. Oh, I'm suffocating! So when you see Punch and Judy, throw the baby to each other, you think it's very clever, but it's basically just one bloke throwing a ball to himself. And glove puppet theatres in general all the puppets are hanged upside down. That makes it easy for me to get my hand in. That's the extra side of the bishop. And he's up there. So we can make quick scene changes. And character changes, I mean, sorry. And that's another one. And of course, the great benefit for glove puppeteers is that one person can be very many characters. I mean, Punch used to be a string puppet, a marionette puppet. But of course, one person at a time works a marionette. Marionette needs a theatre, big theatre needs a horse and cart, whereas, and they probably have to have more people to pay. Whereas a glove puppet only needs one bloke, so he can sell the horse and cart, sack the staff, eat the horse, and then carry his little Punch and Judy booth, which is about this size, on a cart. So it's a one-man show then, and that's one big advantage for the glove puppet. Thank you. I would like to correct this person, saying glove puppets are far more superior to any other puppet there is. You make the person sad. And now cry. And make him cry. There we go. And now we'll have him laugh. You see it? The similarity between laughing and crying is amazing. Except when you're crying, you're closing yourself down. When you're laughing, you're opening yourself out.
Okay.
That's great. You'd like to walk? And here comes the danger now because you're blocking. So that's one of the
Look over the edge. Look over the edge. Orient. Look down. Oh!
There's another thing puppets can do which humans simply can't on stage, certainly without special effects. Can you fly?
Land.
Similar one? Yeah, that's great.
We've been a front crawler up.
Is this the way to swim? My legs should go like this. You should go around.
Oh, I'm sorry, you didn't tell me to do the breaststroke.
Breaststroke.
Breaststroke. I don't even know the name in English.
Let's do a front crawl.
Okay, front crawl. Okay.
Front crawl.
That's the big thing, you see. In a theatrical situation, you wouldn't be able to talk to each other. You'd have